Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey and this is the 2023 New York International Auto Show. And in this video, I am going to take you on a complete tour of everything within the halls behind me. Stay tuned. All right, gearheads, it is bright and early day 2 of media preview here at the New York International Auto Show. The show opens to the public tomorrow, but probably as you're seeing this, today. And I wanted to take you on a quick tour of everything within the halls back here behind me, starting at the southernmost entrance. So we'll go ahead and pivot around. I do want to show you right here, the show does run April 7th through the 16th. So if you are in the New York area, absolutely come out and check it out. This will just be a very quick walkthrough of everything you can see at the show. And we are starting here at the Ford booth. So as you can tell, Ford is going in big with their SUVs, and they're very SUV heavy in their lineup now. And the Ford Bronco being one of their best, most iconic sellers right now, and definitely catching up to the competition in the Jeep Wrangler. Here we have the new ST line of the Ford Escape, which we sampled a pre-facelifted Escape plug-in hybrid. Really liked it a lot. Here is another version of that Escape. Very nice, very clean, very modern look. You can see we also got Maverick back here, Mustang Mach-E, and then this guy, this very important new 2024 Ford Mustang. This right here is the new Dark Horse high performance model, slated to go above the GT in the hierarchy of the entire brand and the lineup. And this thing is absolutely insane. And there's actually been one going around on the streets of New York City while I've been down here. So I've actually got to hear it for myself in person. And Ford has never let me down with their V8 exhaust sound. It sounds very good. Coming over here, we've got some Red Bull branded EVs. So we've got the Mach-E and the F-150 Lightning. That white one back there is the Pro model of the new F-150 Lightning. And then coming over here is the new Ford Super Duty. This is heavily updated for the 23 model year. A new face, new lights, updated engine, updated everything. And this one is the Trimmer. So off-road package, you can see big, beefy Goodyear Wrangler tires on this one. And I am a Chevy guy through and through, but this Trimmer, that looks really good. And speaking of off-road pickup trucks from Ford, here is the Raptor R. So Ford's answer to the crazy, insane Ram 1500 TRX, they gave the Raptor even more power. And yes, this thing looks bonkers. Did mention being a Chevy guy myself, and right next to Ford is the Chevy booth. So here we have the first ever electrified, hybridified Corvette. This is the new E-Ray. This one gets the body from the Z06, the V8 from the quote-unquote standard Corvette, and an electric motor on the front axle that can actually drive in full electric mode, essentially making this a front-wheel drive Corvette during that time while you're driving in electric operation only. Very interesting, but the acceleration on this, because of the instant torque of that electric motor, because of the all-wheel drive traction, yes, an all-wheel drive Corvette, this thing to 60 and in a quarter mile keeps pace with the absolutely insane Z06. And while we're talking Z06, look what we have back here. So this has GM's new, exclusive to the Corvette Z06, flat plane crank V8. This is the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 that they have ever put in a production vehicle. And yeah, it's absolutely insane. And back here, we've got a cross section of what that looks like. So right here is the 5.5 liter flat plane crank Z06 engine, 670 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque, and this thing revs. That 670 horsepower is available at 8,400 RPM. The standard Corvette and the E-Ray get this 6.2 liter V8, which is very familiar to anyone who's owned a Chevy small block as of late. And here, celebrating the 70th anniversary of the Corvette, is the 70th anniversary model. I really like this white two-tone interior and all the suede in this one. The interior on Corvette is just absolutely on par with supercars in which this thing competes. You can see we're panning around the booth. There's a lot of good stuff to see here, including the new Chevy Colorado. This is the Trail Boss trim. I'm not so much a big fan of putting 20-inch wheels on an off-road vehicle, especially a mid-size pickup truck, because it takes away from the sidewall of the tires, and these are very much less aggressive than the 18s you could get. But if you really want to go off-road crazy with the Colorado, this ZR2 Desert Boss, I'm going to get it right, is the biggest and the baddest that Chevy offers. This has the DSSV Multimatic dampers on it. Basically F1 racing technology for off-road use. This thing is quite insane. And it gets the most powerful version of Chevy's 2.7 liter turbo high output 4-cylinder. Back here we've got the new 2024 Silverado HD. This one is the midnight edition of the High Country. I really like this one. The wheel design on this one is absolutely insane. It looks amazing. And then, you know, we get black accents everywhere because this is the midnight edition. We do get these BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. Get a very, very long bed on this one, and the multi-flex tailgate back here, so it's very easy to get up and into it if you need to. And you've got that handle, you've got that step, all built in. But that is all the time we will designate to Chevy trucks, because over here we've got the future of Chevrolet with their EVs. So we've got Equinox EV, which looks to be the future of affordable electric motoring from Chevrolet. Expecting this one to start at or around $30,000 and come in various different trims. And then we've got the Blazer EV. So think Ford Mustang Mach-E. This is more that size. What's interesting about this one is it's available in front, rear, or all-wheel drive. So it's an interesting thing that you can do with electric drive platforms, is you could practically put the electric motors anywhere you want, front or rear, and you're not limited to a certain driving dynamic. So there will definitely be lots of options for performance. This is the high performance all-wheel drive SS version. You can see it's got a red interior. I'm very much looking forward to sampling this. And then back here, we saw it for the first time in Chicago last year, and we're still waiting for these to hit the road. This is the Silverado EV, projecting to have an all-electric range of at or very near 400 miles. This thing is set to be a game changer when it starts hitting dealer lots this calendar year. So very interested in that. We do have a front trunk. We've got a very long bed in the back, and one of the unique features of this, Chevy has leaned into their history is, you can kind of see it right there, but the midgate. So there is a folding midgate in between the cab and the bed, so you can get really long items in this. Over 10 foot of storage space in this one, and yes, we get the multi-flex tailgate on this one as well. And just remember this vehicle because we've got something to show you a little bit later. And then right here, we've got the Bolt EV and Bolt EUV back behind it. They are currently the most affordable electric vehicles that you can get, but those are built on Chevy's old electric architecture, not using the new Ultium skateboard platform that the Blazer, Equinox, and Silverado all use. we will step out of Chevrolet right now and come over to Nissan. I am very excited about what is behind this wall. Godzilla lives, and that'll mean something to some of y'all, hopefully all of y'all watching this, but we have 2 new versions of the Nissan. Well, I can't call it Skyline, but it is a continuation of that. This is the GTR. So we have an R34 up there on the left, and then the 2 new ones down here on the bottom. We've got the Nismo and I do believe it's the T-Spec. Sorry, I don't have a lot of information right off the top of my head on these 2, but definitely go check out my friend Joe Rady's video. He was driving this vehicle here on the streets of New York yesterday or the day before, so he is one of the first journalists on American soil to get to drive that one. Very excited for him. Go check him out. And then we've got the Leaf, their first mainstream electric vehicle that really caught on and caught fire. And the brand is leaning very heavily into the new Aria. We've got driving footage of this one coming. I've shot it, I have not edited it or uploaded it yet, but yes, this is the brand's newest electric entry. It sits a little taller than Leaf, as you can see back there behind it, and has a more premium feel and presence. The inside of it is the real story, and I'm actually gonna open the door of this one and show you. So we've got a power sliding center console here, a lot of wood accents, and then haptic touch buttons kind of illuminated back behind all the accents in this one. That is both on the dash and right here in the center console. And one last thing, I'm gonna show you right here, the open button has a deployable table and storage tray right here up front. So very neat, very nifty solution right there. And you can close it, get it out of the way. Nissan is really going for a lounge vibe with this vehicle, and it's a pretty cool concept overall. Like I said, we've got a drive video of that coming as soon as I get it edited and uploaded to the channel. Coming through the low ceiling section, we've got some fun cars in here. This is the supercar area, so it definitely feels a little more intimate here with this low roof. But you can see we've got Karma, we've got Lotus, we've got Rimac, we've got a lot of fun stuff over here. Rolls-Royce, and then just showing you exactly what Hyundai thinks of their N products. We've got the Elantra N and the race version of that. So yeah, definitely showing you what Hyundai thinks of their N line of products. Ooh, I did not notice yesterday when I was walking through here, the Koenigseggs back here. So yes, all kinds of cool exotics. We've got Lamborghinis further back here. And I don't know if you can hear it, but it does feel like we've stepped into the great outdoors. And that's because we are nearing the Subaru booth, which is the largest single donor to the National Park Foundation. Their booth is always absolutely on point. And what they revealed yesterday is right here on the stage in this beautiful geyser blue. This is finally the 2024 Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness. I'm gonna take you around this one. This is Subaru's best-selling vehicle, now in its most off-road capable trim. So we get 9.3 inches of ground clearance, we got improved approach and departure angles, we've got different gearing on that CVT, a little bit taller gearing. We've got updated interior with that StarTech seating, with that Subaru Wilderness badge. We do have a full video taking you on a quick tour around this one already on the channel. That went up yesterday, so absolutely go check that out. And then we were in Chicago when they debuted the Sport and all other trims of the new Crosstrek, which is what this one is here in this Alpine green. I know the lighting in here is very interesting. It's kind of hard to truly show off these vehicles, and it's just a very immersive experience every time you come to the Subaru booth. snows in here periodically, and you can tell he's watering the plants. Yes, this is an active, live, living display, which is really cool. You come out here to the rest of the booth, which is still like you're in the national parks. We've got new Legacies and Outbacks and the Ascent and WRX and BRZ, Forester. And right here, this red one is our first electric vehicle built in partnership with Toyota. That one is the Solterra. It looks very similar to its Toyota cousin in the BZ4X. Also over here, we've got the pups. Subaru loves pets. They always bring out doggos for adoption to every auto show that they are a part of, and these doggies can be yours. They're, like I said, up for adoption. The Subaru booth is just a fun place to come and hang out. Coming over into Volkswagen. So we were in Chicago when they debuted the new Atlas for 2024, which this is the Peak Edition. They showed it off last night. I wasn't at the press conference for that, but it is a more off-road ready version of it. So you can see black wheels, a little more aggressive tires on this one. Really like the Peak Edition badge right here. We get contrasting interior, which absolutely looks stunning. Anytime you can put orange in a vehicle, I'm there for it, but I really like the contrasting seats, the quilted seats, and the orange accents on this one. But for 2024, we get a new face, we get a new rear fascia, new updated lights. I really like this illuminated VW logo. Looks really cool. But as you can see, this is based off of the SEL trim and spec of the new Atlas. Here is the Atlas we saw in Chicago. This is the 3-row version, and then up here on the other side of this glass wall, this blue one, this is the Cross Sport, so the SUV Coupe version. It is a 2-row. You lose a little bit of space in the back for that fastback roofline. And then the ID4, their first mainstream electric vehicle for US shores. And this, they cannot bring this to the market soon enough. This is the ID Buzz, meant to evoke feelings of the Type 2 bus from back in the day. This is a fully electric car or people mover, and this is the European version. It is a shorter wheelbase. The US version will get a longer rear section here with a 3rd row of seats. So this one, as it is only a 5-seater, but US models will be at least a 7-seater, definitely 3 rows. You can see, again, contrasting interior. I did a full walk around of this vehicle when I saw it in LA, actually. So that video is already on the channel. Go check it out. And I mentioned Toyota earlier when we were over at Subaru because of their partnership with the BZ4X and the Subaru Solterra. So now we have got the Toyota booth. This is the brand new Grand Highlander. This is a different vehicle altogether than the actual Highlander. This is a bigger, more adult-friendly 3-row version of their crossover utility vehicle. So if Sequoia is maybe too big or too thirsty for you with its new 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 and its hybrid max powertrain, well, go with this one. This one uses a turbocharged 4-cylinder, and I can speak from experience that back row is definitely more usable than the quote-unquote normal Highlander. Full videos of this from both the Chicago premiere and getting to see one while I was in Dallas, because you know their US headquarters is right outside of the Dallas downtown area in Plano. So they brought one to show us there. I climb in both of those and show you the full experience of it. You can see here, this one is actually open in the back. This is from their partnership with Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch. Here is the BZ4X. This is their first fully electric vehicle for the US market. Like I said, it shares a lot of components with its corporate cousin across the way over at Subaru. So full video of one of these on the channel as well. And then we've got the new Prius. So talk about glow up. This new Prius absolutely looks stunning. I think we went from not so arguably the worst looking Prius to the best looking Prius. So this one is an all-wheel drive version, and it's just absolutely gorgeous to look at. Hope to have one on the channel very soon. And this is the plug-in hybrid version of it. This one is the Prime. So a little bit more leaning into the electrified motoring in this one. You can get some all-electric miles in this one and charge it up with a plug when you get home. So I do know the media embargo has lifted. There are quite a few drive impression videos of that. Again, go check out Joe Rady, see what he thinks of that one. Good friend of mine. And then we've got the rest of the mainstream products from Toyota. We've got the Sienna, you know, we really like that here. Full drive video of that on the channel. We've got Sequoias. And then I've got to show you this 4Runner because we literally just got out of a almost carbon copy of this one. This is celebrating the 40th anniversary of the 4Runner. This is a 2023 40th anniversary special edition. I am just a sucker for the stripe package on this one. Looks a lot like my Houston Astros. The one we got was black, but yeah, that thing looks absolutely amazing. It is springtime here in East Texas, and you know what that means? The pollinating is happening. Yes, my car has been sitting outside for over a week, and you can see it is no longer black. It is a nice shade of pollen, and yeah, not very clean. And then looking over here at this Kia EV6, this has just been out for one night, and we already have a nice coat of pollen all over the top of this one, which leads very nicely into this week's video sponsor. Thanks to our friends at carcover.com, we were able to get a custom perfect fit car cover for my 2013 Chevy Cruze. They know it's important to keep your car protected, and what they sent me was their Gold Shield 5L car cover, which beats all its competitors for many reasons. It resists all types of extreme weather conditions, such as snow, and is 100% waterproof and water resistant. This is the ultimate car care cover for storing your vehicle and protecting it while outside. The soft fleece lining is sure to protect your vehicle's paint and finish while it is underneath. And this car cover was so simple to install, I was able to do it myself for the very first time in under 15 minutes. It comes with a couple clips for the front and the back, and a lockable cable to secure it across the middle. So this car cover is not going anywhere, and it will help me keep all that pollen out here in the springtime in East Texas. Huge thanks to carcover.com for providing us with this Gold Shield 5L cover for my Chevy Cruze. You can get one for yourself. Simply follow the link down in the description below and enter promo code GTGarageTalk in the coupon field at checkout for a discount off of your first order. How can you not just love this red LC 500 right here in front of me? We've got the white convertible back behind it. We had a convertible on the channel. I do believe it has been and will remain Holly's favorite vehicle that we've tested, at least for the foreseeable future. She keeps going back to it, but yeah, we actually got the whole family in this because, well, there is a back seat. You can put child seats back there in the back. Believe it or not, you can actually put adults back there in the back. May not look like it, but you can. We've got the new RX. This is the brand's best seller, hands down. It's like 90% of the brand sales. So very cool there. I like the rose gold color on this one. And we will come over here to the LX. So we actually tested an F Sport version on the channel. Really liked it, very premium. This is essentially the American Land Cruiser because we don't get the Land Cruiser here in the States. So you can either get Toyota Sequoia or this. Both feature a twin turbo 3.5 liter V6. And then the brand's first fully electric. This is the RZ. Again, I've already driven one of these. Won't spoil that video, but it is coming to the channel very soon. we'll continue walking across the front here, staying with premium brands. We've got Porsche right up there, and then BMW right back here. So this is a new 7 Series, and their new electric crossover, and the new XM. So this is a bespoke M model. All versions of this high-performance SUV are M models, and that is the high-performance sub-brand of BMW. Now a brand that is just capturing the attention, the hearts, the minds of practically anyone in the luxury space, Genesis. So I really like the G70. Here we've got the electrified G80, and then the Motor Trend Car of the Year, the G90. This thing, think of it as a Korean S-Class. This thing is absolutely insane. Looking forward to getting some seat time in this one, hoping to have one on our home turf very soon. Here we've got the standard version, and I make that distinction of the GV80. So you can see angular styling. This was their first big SUV, but back here, this is the really interesting part. This is the GV80 Coupe concept. So much softer styling, looks very much like that GV70 back in the background. More curvy lines on this one, very sporty in its look, and then we get a coupe profile back here in the back. Really like that. We've got a video coming, taking a full tour of this one very soon. The interior on it is absolutely bonkers, but you can see just the difference in appearance from the quote standard GV80 right here. So no third row in that coupe concept, and then like I said, a little softer, rounder lines on that one. I like it a whole lot. If you know anything about Genesis, you know that is the premium brand of Hyundai. And so right here, right next to Genesis, we've got the Hyundai brand, and right here we've got their Ioniq line of vehicles. So Ioniq 6, Ioniq 6, Ioniq 6, Ioniq 6, Ioniq 5, Ioniq 5, back there another Ioniq 5. These are built off their eGMP platform, and they are consecutive winners of World Car of the Year. Not World EV of the Year, but World Car of the Year. So this Ioniq 5 won that award last year. This won that award yesterday. So 2022 World Car of the Year, 2023 World Car of the Year. Very cool, very important there. And then coming over here is a very unique partnership celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company. This is a partnership between Disney and Hyundai. This is the official vehicle celebrating the 100th anniversary, built with Walt Disney Imagineering. You can see there is a screen going across the front of this one, showing the iconic fireworks at the parks that close out the parks each and every day. We get some Disney 100 branding, very unique wheels on this one. And I better get out of here before I get dinged for copyright on all these Disney sounds and noises. Different screen back here in the back. So very interesting platinum concept is what they call it. I've been told this will be put on sale for Disney fanatics the world over. So very interested to see more of this. Hopefully, maybe we can work out a partnership between us and Hyundai on that one. And then they decided to make me cry very early in the day yesterday as they were talking about their partnership with Hyundai Hope on Wheels, which started as a grassroots dealer-led organization to help fight childhood cancer. And we got to hear the stories of a couple of brave survivors, very interesting there. And they are really increasing their giving to Hyundai Hope on Wheels. Looking up here on the stage, we have the new Hyundai Kona. This is the electric version of that, which you can tell from the pixelated look up front. The styling on this looks very reminiscent of the Ioniq 7 concept we saw last year in LA, which I guess it now was 2 years ago because that was 2021. And The side profile here, especially in this bright color, reminds me a lot of the Genesis GV60, but all that to say, this is the electric version of the Hyundai Kona. This is on the same platform as the Kia Niro, so we get not the full electric platform, the eGMP platform like the Ioniq line, but we do get a front-wheel drive, all-electric vehicle in this Kona. You can also get the Kona in a hybrid powertrain and this inline version right here. So this is the more sporty spec of it. It's got a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, some very athletic looks on this one, red and black interior, and then this wing back here on the back. I did a full tour of these vehicles yesterday, but I did not focus in that video on this wing in the back. It's a very cool look. I really like it. And then the third brake light kind of splitting the wing back here. It's a very cool look. I like it. I like what Hyundai is doing, and they definitely have my attention for sure. Panning across over here, we have their Ioniq test track. You can see we're paused right now because the show did just open. It is day 2 of Media Day, but yeah, you can ride along indoors in an Ioniq 5 or an Ioniq 6. It's really weird. The only noise that you can hear from these vehicles are the squeals of their tires on this smooth surface down here. It's just eerie to know that there are vehicles moving around inside, and the squeal of the tires are the only thing that really give it off. Back here behind Hyundai is Honda, and we've got their full lineup of products from the new Accord, which we recently tested, to the new CR-V, which I hope to test very soon. I do believe it is one of the brand's best sellers. Between that and the Accord, they are making a lot of money. And then the new Pilot Trail Sport, I'll get it right. This is their new 3-row SUV. This is their most off-road capable version. This is the first time Trail Sport has made it to Pilot. We tested the Passport Trail Sport, which is why I leaned into that name just a second ago. We really liked it. This is riding on a new platform, new inside, new outside. Very cool looks on this one. We get skid plates, increased ride heights, all the typical off-road things. And then here you can see what the what the Pilot looks like in top elite trim. So this is what the top version of that looks like. Moving over to Kia, very excited about what they're doing over here. So they are very excited about their SUV portfolio, and specifically the new EV9 that they showed off yesterday. This was the world premiere to the media yesterday at the auto show. Riding on a stretched version of that eGMP platform, we get the 3-row, think of it as an electrified Telluride. It's really what it looks like, but it is bigger, it is roomier, it is more impressive than a Telluride. So I really do expect these to sell, and sell very well when they go into production in Georgia. These are actually going to be produced at their factory in Georgia, so looking forward to that. A little disappointed in the range numbers on this one. We don't get over 300 miles on it. I know a lot of that is due to the size and weight of these vehicles, but they do get the 800 volt architecture. They do get that incredibly fast DC fast charging. Do believe 10 to 80% in something like 25 minutes. We tested their fast charging claims on the Kia EV6, and yes, I can attest to that's not marketing hype, that's the real deal. Here we've got the new Seltos, which they debuted last November in LA. I really like this color. It's small, it's cute, it's fun. Updated looks, updated interior. Looks a lot like the Niro in the lighting signature. Kind of gives off baby Telluride vibes, and I do believe that is exactly what they're going for. Can we just have a minute? RIP Stinger. Yes, this is the sports sedan, sports hatch from Kia. that just never really caught on sales-wise. And if you want a version of this platform, you can still get it in that Genesis G70 that we showed you when we were up front at the Genesis booth. But yes, RIP Stinger. If you want a performance four-door vehicle, you can either get the Kia K5 GT, of which this is. We tested one that looks almost just like that. Or you can get the Kia EV6 GT, which is exactly what this red one is here. Full video of this vehicle on the channel. We got it for a week. We had a lot of fun with it. If you are a skeptic on the performance fun of EVs, you need to find a way to get some time behind the wheel of the EV6 GT. This did win just yesterday, as you can see, World Performance Car. So yes, it was a lot of fun for us, and apparently we're not the only ones that think so. Here is the Kia Niro. Again, much like that Hyundai Kona, you can get it in gas, hybrid, and electric drive. We have video of a version of this already on the channel. Back here in the back, we've got Grand Wagoneer, and we'll talk more about that Jeep Wrangler that's poking out through the display right there, because we're gonna wrap our way around here and check out the new 2024 Jeep Wrangler. So Jeep showed off the newest version of their iconic Wrangler line in the 2024 version. The head of the Jeep brand in America, Jim Morrison, actually drove this one on stage. It is still covered in dirt and mud from Moab. This is the Rubicon 4xe, and we get a new, well, I'll show you on this 392. Big story here is a new updated dash and interior, new infotainment screen that is standard across all models, which is just a huge plus for me. It's got improved mics in it, and it should be able to help you converse with people in the Uconnect interface with the top off and with the doors off. So Jeep knows what their customers use their vehicles for, and very excited about this. You also get a new face, which they previewed when they debuted the 2023 Rubicon 20th anniversary concept. So new grille, new interior, that's the big story there. We do get a little more rugged version of the wheelies. So different suspension setup in this one, different wheels and tires. If you want a Rubicon Light, that's what they're really building the wheelies into. So if you're interested there, you can see we've got other products from Jeep here, including the 4xe version of the Grand Cherokee. This is the 4xe Trailhawk version. There's a lot to like about this. I want to absolutely love this vehicle, but the price tag has me a little hesitant. Of course, doing what I do, I'm constantly in new vehicles. I've got everything paid off right now. So buying something is a tough sell for me in the first place, but this is a very intriguing vehicle. The Grand Cherokee 4xe is the second best-selling plug-in hybrid in America, following only the Wrangler 4xe. So very interesting there. You can see this has quickly become America's Range Rover. This is a very luxurious, very nice vehicle. Even here in the Trailhawk version, if you get the Summit or Summit Reserve, you're looking at some ultimate pinnacle of luxury on those vehicles. You can see here we've got the Grand Cherokee L in the 4xe trim. So whether it's 2-row or 3-row, whatever tickles your fancy, whatever you need, you can get a plug-in hybrid from Jeep that should fit your family. So remember when we were at Chevrolet and we were talking about the Silverado EV? Well, here's Ram's answer to it. If you saw their big game commercial, you know that premature electrification was the theme of it. And they are going big in the fact that they know that they are not first to the electric vehicle game, but they're going to be doing it the right way. So here we have the all-electric Ram 1500 Rev. We've got a full video tour of this one, but the big news is a proposed estimated top range of 500, yes, you heard me right, 500 miles on this one. And if that is true, if that it comes to reality, and if that is in any way realized, this is going to be an amazing electric vehicle, not just an electric truck, but an electric vehicle. This is shown off in their new tungsten trim. The interior on this is heavily updated. As you can see from the styling of it, it is based on their 1500 lineup of trucks, modified for electric use. So think a lot Ford F-150 Lightning and less Silverado EV, whereas that Silverado rides on an all-new platform with the Ultium battery pack underneath. This takes the gas version and electrifies it, again, like the Ford F-150 Lightning. So very excited about this. They also teased the Ram 1500 Rev XR. That XR stands for extended range. So we know there's going to be a gas generator in that extended range version. So very interested to see with 500 miles in the all-electric version, what that extended range will promise. Can we say 1,000? That would be very interesting, because you know the Eco Diesel, which I do believe this is one of the last ones. Let's come up here and check the badge. Yep, you know that Ram is discontinuing the 1500 Eco Diesel, but while they were in production, they were very much loved, and there are stories of consumers getting over 1,000 miles of range on a single tank of fuel. So very interesting there. We have a full drive video of a Ram 1500 limited with this Eco Diesel powertrain. I liked it a lot. And then we've got the Ram 1500 TRX. This is the Havoc edition. The yellow paint, if it doesn't grab you, something's wrong. But we showed you the Ford Raptor R. This is the reason that exists, with its 702 horsepower supercharged V8 that sounds amazing, drives like nothing else. And yes, I don't have wheel time in the Ram F-150 Raptor R. Hope to get some time in it soon. But there's just something to be said about this Hellcat-derived powertrain. It's 6.2 liters. The supercharger whine on this is intoxicating, to say the least. But that's Ram, that's Jeep, that's Wagoneer. Check them out right front and center at the more northern entrance into the show. They're right over by Lexus. But I want to come back here, little weigh check point. This is the back of the Toyota booth, running right alongside the Jeep booth. Back here, getting close to Kia. And we've got the other side of the Stellantis portfolio. So Wagoneer does get its own booth right here. You know, this is a premium sub-brand of the Jeep brand. So we got Jeep iconic 7-slot grills. We do get a lot of Jeep badging logos on these Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer vehicles. But Jeep would have you believe that it's a different thing entirely. But let's see if I can find one. Yeah, right here. Just walk right up to it. It's a Jeep. It's still a Jeep. But it is a very premium version of the Jeep. And then we will come over here. We've got the new SRT, 2023 SRT powered version of the Durango. And then Dodge's first all-electric vehicle. This is the Charger Daytona SRT concept. Very excited to see a production version of this, hopefully very soon. They've been promising it for a little bit of a while now. This is going to have a crazy quote-unquote exhaust sound on it. So, you know, Dodge is known for their performance and their Hellcat engines, and for a brand to go all-electric from Hellcat, that's a big leap. So, you know, Dodge had to do it their way. Very excited to see what this is like in reality. We've got Fiat over there. We've got Alfa Romeo. A lot of beautiful vehicles. Over here, we've got the Chrysler Airflow concept. It's their electric vehicle concept. we did a quick tour of this when we were in, what was that, Chicago earlier this year. And it's a nice, pretty cool concept from Chrysler. You can see it's got 4 bucket seats. If they bring any version of this to production reality, it'll seat at least 5, but really like the looks of it. It looks like a grown-up Chrysler 200, a little bit taller, a little more aggressive in the lighting and design on this one. I don't know if y'all noticed in that video from Chicago, but the lighting back here, being a concept, was having a little bit of an issue when it was on display in Chicago, but you can see they've got that fixed here on the airflow concept now in New York. And then the one model that continues on for the Chrysler brand, this is the Pacifica. So we have the new Road Tripper trim, which really isn't too much more than some really cool badgings. Again, I said earlier, anytime you can put orange on a vehicle, I'm a fan. You can see this is the plug-in hybrid version, but Road Tripper badging here. This is actually a decal. And then nice leather pointed interior in this one. You connect infotainment system, you connect rear seat entertainment system. Very nice, comfortable seats all the way around, stow and go seating. And then I was very excited. We've got a personal connection to this vehicle. I'm very excited that Chrysler is partnering with the Autism Society to offer a package in their family friendliest of vehicles, in their road trip ready Chrysler Pacifica. And that includes, let's see if I can actually get the door open here. Oh, they took it all out of it. So it includes a lot of features for families with autistic children that help just soothe and comfort those on the autism spectrum in whatever way that Chrysler can, which involves transportation. So think softer touch seat belts, they have soft touch pillows, they have weighted blankets, a whole lot of very nice features to help comfort those on the autism spectrum when, well, things aren't necessarily probably ideal for them when they are loaded up and on the move. And so very excited about that and to see more from this partnership between the two. Going back to Dodge, we've got their first electrified product in the Hornet. So much like the Alfa Romeo Tonale, on which this is based, you can get a plug-in hybrid version of this. You can also get a $30,000 entry point on this. So there's the GT model and the RT model, and then you can see there is the GLH, or I'll go ahead and say it, the Goes Like Hell package for it, which gives you these cool wheels on that black one, the stripe package, the satin black hood, that red and black Hornet on the side, red interior. This thing really is pretty cool, and it is based off of the RT version of it, which is the plug-in hybrid version of the Hornet. So yeah, very cool, very interesting vehicle from Dodge. It is set to be the quickest, fastest, most powerful vehicle in its class. And yes, I think they've absolutely nailed it. Using Alfa Romeo as the basis of this vehicle, it shares a lot of looks with it, and that is absolutely not a bad thing. And then, so we had a moment of silence for the Kia Stinger. Let's have a moment of silence because we really need it here with the Dodge Challenger. This is the last call model. This is the Demon 170. They revealed this thing in Las Vegas at a drag strip. They actually brought it in on a helicopter, dropped it off, and it's insane what this thing can do. It is the fastest Challenger ever made. Now granted, To achieve the numbers that they're quoting, you do have to be on a prepped surface, and as you can see here, it is alcohol injected, so special fuel, special surface, but we're just going to dive right into it right here. Starting price, $96,000, over 1,000 horsepower, and you can see zero BS, they say. So yeah, this thing is absolutely insane, and yeah, that's the number right there. 1.66 seconds, 0 to 60, again, on a prepped surface with special fuel. But yes, this is how Dodge sends off their V8 powered rear wheel drive, dinosaur juice burning vehicles. And yeah, we just had to say goodbye to the V8 performance car. Chevy recently discontinued or announced the discontinuation of the Camaro. Dodge is doing the same with the Challenger and the Charger. So it is very sad to see those go, but what a way to send it off here with the Demon 170. This thing is, like I said, absolutely bonkers. Look, just look at those rear wheels. The drag slicks on this one, it's insane. And yes, it comes with a parachute back here on the back, because you need it. This thing is ridiculously fast. And I'll close out here at the Toyota booth because, you know, this Texas boy, I've only been in New York for a couple days. I miss home, but this right here, Toyota Tundra, built in Texas. So yes, they've got a Texas flag draped over this one. Built here, lives here. Yes, this is a Texas-built truck from their San Antonio factory. The new Sequoia has been moved to their San Antonio factory, and Tacoma is actually built there, among a few other places. Looking to see a new Toyota Tacoma very soon from the brand. They've been teasing it. Very excited to see what that comes out to be. Expect it to be a miniature version of this platform, but that is everything I could show you here in this quick, almost 1 hour tour of the entire show floor of the 2023 New York International Auto Show. If you want to see more from us, read more about a lot of the vehicles I showed you, head on over to gtgaragetalk.com, where you can get full details on pretty much everything I saw here and anything that we've tested on the channel so far. And you can find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, where you will get a little more live, up-to-date look at what we're driving, what we're testing, maybe even where we are at the moment. But from the 2023 New York International Auto Show, until next time, gearheads, bye.